Stokes. He dances round. Long ball. Goes across to Buckman. Puts it on the toe. He kicked through, followed through, regathered. It's catch, drop, scrum. Scored the try. And the flags go up. Picks up. Hit the foot race. Hit the head of Barber. Will he get there? I think he got there. Now, and that'll be full.
Hello and welcome to our final and special episode of The Full Eddy, and we're joined today by Ben Dobbin, Triple M reporter and host of The Full Eddy. So Dobbo, we're just going to do a quick recap of the season and obviously the final that was over the past week. Obviously the Jets had a bit of speculation about their table sittings, so they thought they were going to go pretty bad, but obviously the Jets finished fourth. What was your take on the Jets before they started the season?
Oh, listen, any coach, any team coached by the Walker brothers is going to be a good team. So when the Walker brothers automatically step up to the plate, they're going to deliver a team that has a crack. And I think that's what Ipswich did. They had a crack. I don't think that the speculation about them being bottom of the table was fair. I think that they probably finished where they should have. The Northern Pride were the standout team in 2013 and the standout team in 2014, and we saw that in a reflection of the grand final victory, 30 points to 4 against what some say was one of the best ever East Tigers teams. There was 4 players from the Melbourne Storm there, Mitch Garbutt, Cameron Munster, Cody Walker, to name a few, Hymel Hunt, all there who were coming up from the Melbourne Storm. We know how strong the Melbourne Storm were. The Northern Pride did a hatchet job on them. They were by far the outstanding side. So I think Ipswich fourth, Wynnum third, the Tigers in second place and the Northern Pride first. I think that's a true reflection as the season on where they should have been.
Speaking of 2015, what other predictions do you have?
I'm predicting that this is the Jets' year, and I know that everybody says it. What they've done is, the Luxury Paints Ipswich Jets, is that they've made sure that they work on their juniors first. If you have a look at why Penrith are so successful, the reason is that they concentrated on their juniors. So they're joining, the Ipswich Jets are all from the 16s through to Opens are going to be under one program. So they can all train together, they can all go on the same programs, they can have their injuries treated. Their Colt side, the likes of Landon Hayes, the likes of Carlin Anderson, these blokes are coming forward. I actually think if they can be injury-free, they're a huge chance. But once we know what it's like. Once you get to the 5, it's a lottery. It's who goes to turn up, who's injury-free, who delivers on the day. The Ipswich Jets, they beat the Northern Pride, if we remember. They beat them at home. They've beaten Wynnum. They beat the Tigers. So could the Jets have won it? Sure. Were they good enough when it came to the pressure cooker? I don't know, they won't. So it's just going to turn out to be like that.
So obviously talking about next year, Townsville are coming into the competition.
Yeah.
What do you think their impact on the competition is going to be like?
It's going to be really weird. Christian Wolf's being announced, I think, today as the coach of the Townsville side, and it's really weird. You've got players like Kyle Felt, Ricky Thornby, who are all Townsville juniors who have been playing with the Northern Pride. I actually think they're going to go to the Townsville team. That's going to create a little bit of unrest. But I think more teams, more depth, I think a better competition. We're going to be there covering it. Obviously USQ and Phoenix TV and Phoenix Radio will be covering it. It's exciting. It's just a shame that it's all finished and we've now got to wait 6 months till it all starts up again.
So obviously the Jets awards night's coming up soon.
Yeah.
Any predictions for awards, or what are you thinking?
Well, would you say Rookie of the Year most would be Carlin Anderson? I think that's a given. Best forward, Rod Griffin. I couldn't see, he's been by far, or Kieran Lander maybe. Best back, in my opinion, I thought Wes Conlon or Marmon Barber, they've been absolutely outstanding. So, yeah, it'll be a big night. It's going to be a big night, and look, it's a celebration. One of the top 5 teams. You know, it's a tough competition, a week in, week out, for the Luxury Paints Ipswich Jets to be there and around about. It's a huge effort. So,
obviously they're going to pick a best and fairest as well. Overall, best team, best player of the team. Who do you think would get that?
I don't think you can go past Kieran Lander, their leader. You know, to me, week in, week out, leadership's about getting blokes to follow you and actually, and every week he steps up to the plate and goes straight and hard and makes the team follow with him. And he's an inspiration on and off the field, what he's doing in the Aboriginal communities as well. To me, Kieran Lander is an absolute blue chip player and a bloke, and you know, for players player, and to me the club man and what the Ipswich, he typifies what Ipswich is about.
So as you said, Northern Pride won the final on the weekend. They go down to play Penrith now. for the sort of state rivalry. What do you think of that game? Penrith are a really strong team.
Penrith are going to be very hard to beat. I mean, if you look at that, they're the feeder club to the NRL side, and they just got bundled out last week. So you're playing practically a blue chip NRL side, full of Kevin Kingston. There's a lot of players in there that have played NRL this year, and likewise with the Northern Pride. I just think it's great that we've got a second-tier competition being played as a prelim to the NRL Grand Final. I really hope that the Northern Pride can be crowned as the best rugby league team in that second-tier competition. But oh boy, haven't they got a game of football. I don't know how you win the Grand Final, you get on the drink, you have your Mad Monday, then you've got to recap and try and set yourself up to play another game of football. So it's going to be interesting who handles that the best way. But it's a great initiative by both the New South Wales Rugby League and by the Queensland Rugby League to actually get this game off the ground. And the Broncos under-20s playing the Warriors at 1 o'clock, and then to follow the Intrust Super Cup versus New South Wales VB Cup Grand Final, then the main game at 6 o'clock. Oh, it's mouth-watering. I can't wait.
Well, thanks so much for joining us today, Dobbo.
No, it's been a good year. Thank you to you guys. You've made it very, very enjoyable for us, and hopefully 2015 is bigger and brighter for USQ and for Phoenix Radio and Phoenix TV.
Absolutely. Thanks, Dobbo.
All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break here on the Full 80. We'll be back shortly.
The University of Southern Queensland are proud to announce a progressive new sport and exercise degree that will open more doors to more professions sooner. Whether you're driven to become a sports health practitioner or wish to complement your studies with electives in business, management, law, marketing or tourism, USQ gives you the competitive edge you need to fast-track your career. Applications are now open. USQ, your future, your way.
Hello and welcome back to the Full 80. I'm now joined by Eliza Wheeler, another reporter. We did a lot of reporting on the Full 80 this year.
Yes, we did.
A lot of community things. Now, obviously, the Jets do a lot of events. What are some of the events that you got to cover this year?
Well, first of all, I was quite surprised with how the community got involved with supporting the Jets, and the other way around, of course, the Jets supporting the community. Some of the, I guess, community projects that we got to explore. There was Alara, which of course is a community organisation that helps people with disabilities sort of have more, I guess, fulfilling lives. And that of course includes a Jets team where people from Alara get to play footy against the Jets players, which is so much fun for everyone.
Yeah.
So that was one of the sort of community projects we got to explore. Another one was Project ALF, which is of course an initiation from the Ipswich Jets finding new players for their future, I guess, their future side. As young as 7 or 8 year olds, they sort of select players who play rugby for the local community to play on the Jets field before the game. So that's another one of the projects that we got to explore. Those are the two main ones, I think. We covered the Old Boys Day and Women in League, those games those sort of events as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, I suppose like going out to Ipswich, like the North Ipswich Reserve where the Jets play, I didn't really expect it to be like so community, like a lot of community driven. Like I expected to go out there, record football and go home. Like I didn't expect to go out there and sort of have like such a community feel behind it. Is that what sort of you got from it as well? Yeah,
absolutely. And I guess in Ipswich especially, we are quite a large country town essentially. Everyone knows everyone, and a lot of the people playing in the side either grew up in Ipswich or went to school in Ipswich, and so of course their family is there to support them, or their friends, and everyone sort of knows each other, and there is that strong community connection with the game, which I wasn't expecting either. And I suppose that's the same down in Tweed Heads. We saw that when we went down to their game, and win a Manly game as well. Yeah.
I saw, obviously you and me had a bit of a blooper reel.
Yes.
I saw I think it was Wynnum, you had a bit of trouble with a few people. How did that go?
Yes. Well, what happened was I think everyone got a bit drunk celebrating the win for Wynnum Manly. And yeah, some guys just came up behind us and were dancing, swearing at us. It was very interesting. So certainly taught us how to act professional in a not so professional situation. Yeah.
So I suppose the Jets now going forward, obviously they've got plans for more community events. I don't know if you like had any idea of like what they should do or what they should keep going? Like, what are your ideas for going forward?
Well, I think it's great the way that the Jets really give back to the community. I know that Project ALF will be expanding, this of course being their first year, and I think that Alara also had some more plans for their team with the Jets, and involving themselves with other teams as well, so that they can have other disability teams playing each other. So those are the two main sort of projects that I know are expanding. I suppose for an idea, just giving more back to the community, perhaps in a sense of, I know Ipswich has a lot of hospitals and a lot of more charity organisations that perhaps the Jets could involve themselves with, although they are already involved with Kim Walters Choice Foundation and other sort of foundations like that. So, yeah.
I suppose like a really good one is like similar to like my school, like an Old Boys Day is really good, I think, because it gets like the players back, whether it, obviously they played in Ipswich at one point and they probably may not have left Ipswich to go pursue other things. And I suppose getting them back is like a big deal for Ipswich, because a lot of players, you have like Alfie Langer, those sort of guys, they played for the Jets. So a lot of big names played for the Jets. So I think it's good for them to come back and sort of experience Jets again, especially in this new age.
And you went to Ipswich Grammar School, didn't you? Okay. Yeah. Of course, Ipswich Grammar School, very rugby focused, very sports focused. And so obviously there are a lot of players who play for the Jets who went to grammar school. So I guess there's that connection. But I do see a point, the Old Boys coming back to, I guess, see how their legacy was passed on in the game. And they do that. They did have their Old Boys Day. But I suppose just to have those big names come back as well. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I suppose also with like, they raise a lot of money for charities, so they sell off their jerseys. Like for the Defence Force Day, they had the Defence sort of camo jersey. They had a pink one for Kim Walters, and they raffle them off and sell the money. Like they sell the jerseys, sorry, for money, and that then obviously funds things for the Jets going forward. And I think that's a really good thing. It gets people involved in the Jets club and stuff like that. Is that sort of your take on that as well?
Yeah, and the thing is, the community does really get involved. It's not that it's not well received. The community, especially in Ipswich that I've seen, really do want to back their players and back communities through the Ipswich Jets. And I think that's a wonderful thing to see. Yeah.
All right, guys, that's all we got for today on The Full 80. That is our final episode, and this is a sort of just a general wrap up. If you're on Facebook, just search up The Full 80 and you will find our page. Just go give us a like and follow us there. But that's all from the crew here today, and make sure you tune in next year. We're coming back bigger and better and stronger next year, so stay tuned, and we'll see you later.